What's going on, everyone? Saturday morning here in the cold region. Today I am sitting out at a friend's location, so I have to kind of block the video here. Unfortunately, you get to see my ugly old picture right there from back in the winter time. Great picture that was captured by another person, by the way. So this morning I want to put out there that I'm going against the grain of what I said originally when I started this YouTube channel, but I'm going to actually start looking into entertaining some of these sponsors that I've been getting emails from. The one I will not do, good morning, Ralph. One I will not do is EcoFlow. I've heard nothing but bad things about their products from people that were sponsored from them, the headaches and stuff. I wouldn't say it's so much the product that's bad, it's the customer service and all the stuff that's behind the scenes of that. But I'm sure they make a good product. You know, I haven't heard anything bad about the product itself. But EcoFlow, I hear their business tactics are pretty crappy, so I will not be going with them. But definitely looking for something for power banks and also another e-bike, because like I said, this e-bike, it's okay, but once you put over 200 miles on it, it's no good anymore. It's giving me all kinds of headaches. But yeah, good morning, everyone. Like I said, I'm sitting out at a friend's house. I'm actually dog sitting today. Carson's actually here with me, but he's in the house playing video games at the moment, and I'm out back taking morning medication. So thank you, Ralph. I really appreciate it. Carson is very excited about that. Actually, he had 86 views. What was that, about 9:30, 10 o'clock last night? He's very excited about that. Like, he encouraged me to go down and get that building that collapsed, right? I wasn't really into the idea of doing it, but he wanted to go see it. He wanted to go do it. So we went down and did that. And you could see by the smirk in his face in my video that he had something up his sleeve, but I just couldn't figure out what it was, right? But he wanted to continue on even though it was pouring. He wanted to stay, get that video done. And we got back no sooner than we get in dry clothes. He says, so I have YT Curate and I put him on here. What do I do from here? I said, excuse me, what? He says, I'm trying to make a video like you. What do I do from here? I said, well, what app do you have? He says, and he told me what he has. And I was like, oh my goodness, you pay attention way too much to me. And he says, yes, he does. He holds on to a lot of my words, so. But it's really awesome. He's not, I guess you say, trying to be a big YouTuber. He just wants to see what it feels like. So the encouragement that y'all gave him by subbing and liking his video and supporting him, he's only 11 years old. I just want to make that clear, y'all. He's only 11 years old, so he's not going to get a monetized channel and make tons of money off of all that, because the headache I would have between his mom and I over that would be just phenomenally way too much for me to deal with. So I told him he could post and do videos all he wants, you know. I mean, we have some guidelines of what videos can and cannot be put up. But he's very into doing it today, and he's, like I said, he wants to get out and about and do some today and tomorrow and possibly Monday as well. So we'll see what happens. It all depends on weather right now, because we have some storms coming through today. Cheers, y'all. He's going to be good. All I did was I showed him a couple things, and he went and he picked all his stuff. I mean, granted, it was a very short video, but got to start somewhere. You know what's crazy though? I put a video out, like, you know, the same place that he was, you know, pretty much the same video, but my version of it through my Osmo. His was through his I think that was his Android phone. He had his Android phone with him. He actually has the same Android phone I have, so. But yeah, he put that together pretty nicely, actually, and I gave him the advice next time to do his phone the opposite direction, not up and down. So, but he's going to learn, and he's asked me for a great action camera. And I was like, oh geez, his first action camera, he wants a real expensive one like my Osmo. But I'm going to look into getting him something to start with to see how he takes care of it first. So probably a cheaper version of what I have, which I really don't like doing that, but when I first put him on. Yeah. Yeah, he's always been around on my videos from the beginning. And it's just, now that he's older and he's more comfortable with it, he's actually wanting to be in videos more. There was a little period of time there a few months back, like towards the end of last year, he didn't want nothing to do with any of the videos. And he got upset every time that he was in one. And yeah, I don't buy off of Tumu though. If I buy off of any website, I do it off Amazon. I'm a big Amazon fan. I won't go anywhere else. I've had, when I ordered off of Tumu my first time, if I know I'm probably not saying that right, but when I ordered off it the first time, my credit card got hacked. And that was a headache and a half to get that straightened out. So, what's up, Kelly? Good morning. I'm actually in Coltmont right now, just to spill the beans, everyone. I haven't done a video on the town of Coltmont yet. I am planning on doing that probably some point before the end of next month. This month's almost over. I know I'm not going to have time to do it now. But my goal was this summer to do one town explorer every month. And do with work schedules and things going on and all kinds of different things popping up in life here and there. It hasn't been feasible for me. And every time I do have a day off or a weekend off, it always rains. But every day I have to work, it's a beautiful day to be outside making content, right? But no. York, PA, yes, I know where that's at. So, yeah, you probably remember me saying, Ralph, that I'm not originally from the coal region, right? I'm sure you've heard that plenty of times. Cheers again, y'all. Make sure we were drinking that coffee this morning. Check out music tonight. Music? What music? Oh, we could. I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to check out music on here because of the, copyrights and things like that. Oh, okay. I just see that there above it. I'm sorry. I scrolled up above that where Kelly said that music in the park tonight. Which park, Kelly? Oh, Keller Uppercut. I don't know who they are. I remember the band that stuck out to me down there on Independence Street. I don't know why it stuck out to me. It wasn't... Their sound quality, they were good, but their sound quality from their equipment was garbage. But Mixtape, that I think it was called Millennial Mixtape. I mean, they did a real good job, don't get me wrong. I just wish they would have adjusted their sound a little better. They need a better sound person. Because, I mean, she had a great voice on her, don't get me wrong. They played and they got the rhythm going. Everything was in sync real nice. It's just the sound quality wasn't the best. And it's not that they don't sound good. It was the actual equipment. Yeah, you seen that one too? Yeah, I grew up down there in Harrisburg, actually. So if you're not familiar with Harrisburg area, that's Dauphin County. That's even where Hershey, PA is, right? So Hershey is also part of Dauphin County, but Harrisburg has its own elements. We have our own fire department, our own police department, our own... Well, once upon a time, they had their own 911 center in the city, but now it's all run by Dauphin County, which can't seem to keep the systems running lately, but neither can the county I'm in, but... there's a lot of technology issues. They all switched over to these high-tech systems a couple years back, and now they have nothing but problems, That's not good for the emergency responders, where they have to sit at their station and wait for a phone call if there's an emergency from a dispatch center. Time is of the essence when emergencies come. But yeah, I grew up in the Harrisburg area, like I was saying. I know I got sidetracked there, but the Allison Hill neighborhoods. We had different areas of the city. We had uptown area, we had downtown, We had the P-Funk, which was the projects on Cameron Street. The South Acres, or USA, whatever you want to call it, Untouchable South Acres. Hall Manor housing project, which is way out south on the hill. Allison Hill neighborhoods. But they were their own little world back there. They still are. I have family that live back there. I refuse to go back there. I will not be caught back there. Even though I'm from the area, or even when I lived down there and I was a regular down there, you would not catch me in Hall Manor. That is the place I just would not be. You know? You wait for 911 where I'm from. Sometimes it's just quicker to call the preacher than it is 911. You always get an answer from the preacher quicker. You catch my drift there, right? So how's this working here? Is this live stream a decent style? I mean, I couldn't have where I'm at on video. They told me not to. But I promised if I did it with a blank screen, they said, yeah, no problem, go right ahead. Yeah, you have to wait. Yeah, that's a long wait in the country. No stress. See, Ralphie, you're still down in Florida, right? You're just seeing my profile picture, right? What's up, Johnny? You guys are just seeing my profile picture, right? Awesome, thank you. I was trying to figure out a way to maybe add a different picture on there, and I don't. Oh, I just highlighted something I shouldn't have. Oh well, that's what that button does. I think it's if I do it on the other. What's this button do? Hold on a second, y'all. I'm trying to figure out some things here. Chat filter, top messages. I want all messages. Yeah. Holy moly. So Johnny, how's it going today, bud? Pin to live. Yeah, let's do that. Why not, right? There should be a mug showing up there. The other live stream the other night, I did show you guys the actual product, the mugs. The socks are out of stock now, so I'm going to take them off as soon as I can figure out how to. And I was in my shop, my merch shop on YouTube. I was going to put designs on the t-shirts and actually hats and stuff like that and start getting that together, right? I'm having issues with all that, and it's wild card. Yeah, John. That storm came quick and fast, and it rolled out just as quick. But yeah, Rock Street, where they were tearing that building down, it collapsed there a little bit. The roof went onto the power lines there. The patio chat. You know what? I should start bringing those back. I really should. But I have a room set up in my my place. All right, it's an apartment, but yeah, I got a room set up there where I can do them from now. With I just put a big black sheet hanging up behind me. Covers up some of my projects I got going on back there, you know. Always got something going on, you know. So as I was thinking the other day, I do a lot of other stuff for other people too, not just my channel, all right? And I don't ask them to put credit for me out and all that, because, you know, it's a different kind of deal I have going on with them. But I'm starting to think that I got a little too much on my plate between working a full-time job. I'm also a full-time dad most of the time, you know what I mean? My kiddo's with me all summer long. And then I get them for every weekend and during the school year, you know, because I got them in a better school district than Shamokin, that's for sure. Shamokin, Cole Township School District up here. So, yeah, that's what I'm starting to think. Because if you can go live, I can send you an invite to go live with me if you have 50 subscribers. And then we could do a split screen where I'm on one screen, you're on the other screen, and we could do that. Hey, what's up, William? It's a morning time here. What time is it there for you? I did see your message yesterday, William. Was that? Yeah. I seen a lot of messages yesterday. I'm pretty sure one of them was yours. I can't believe I don't get notifications to my phone about text messages or any of my Facebook messages. I kind of like it better that way, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I miss out on a lot. Like, my buddy Skeeter was messaging me for 2 days in a row now, and I just seen his messages, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So he has my number now, though, so he directly texts me. I mean, I see it a little quicker that way. But yeah, I'm making plans with him, actually. So we're going to have some content, different content, doing it, the outdoor content with Skeeter soon, most likely. I really like Skeeter. He's a cool guy. His wife is really cool, too, by the way, Miss Skeeter. So if you don't know them, Skeeter_72. Yeah, real cool fishing channel, actually. He does a lot of live for hours and hours on end. He's a real cool individual, actually. And it's a 18 and older channel, by the way. So just a fair warning on that. But he's a local, actually, here in the Cole region. He's in the Mount Carmel area. Yeah, fishing channel, yep. Yep, he's definitely a good fishing channel. And another one that's a local that I really like is Tony 2.0, Random Adventure Tony 2.0. Really inspirational story that he has. He had a stroke, a real bad one, right? And now he's out here stealth camping and backpacking. He's still cracking on. He rose above everything and he cracked on. That is the inspiration of a lifetime right there. If you don't know his story, check out his channel, Random Adventure 2.0. I know I mentioned him a lot. He's the one that threw the event over at Knoebels for a creator meetup. Let me go in here and refresh my coffee. Y'all can come with me, and we'll see if Carson is doing anything. All right. Carson's actually laying down on the couch sleeping. Wow. This kid stayed up till almost 3 in the morning. I went to bed by then. You know, about 3, he was still up. So we don't know when he went to bed, but he was a trooper, got up and came over here with me this morning, so. So how do y'all like your coffee? I like mine usually straight black, but today I'm actually putting French vanilla. It's a powder creamer in there from Coffee Mate. I'm on the French vanilla kick this morning. Later. Where are you going? Oh, okay, Johnny's leaving. All right, Johnny, you have a good day, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, French vanilla cappuccinos. Like when you get them at the gas station, you push the machine and do it. I know it's not like a real one, but man, I'm telling you, them things are on fire. I love those things. William, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I'm going to throw that towards Carson's fund for his GoPro. He wants an Osmo Action like mine, but he wants an action camera of some sort to start doing his thing. I wish I would have brought my microphones with. I could have just sat the phone down and walked away and talked this whole time. Oh, there's a nice breeze out here on the porch. And this time I'm going to step out to the back side of the house. Well, no, I'm going to stay in. Double cheeseburger. Yo, Carson loves the double cheeseburgers. He actually got one from McDonald's yesterday. His combination threw me off a little bit because he's usually a plain eater. His mom taught him to eat bland, but now he's 11. He's experimenting more. He loves food now. Yeah, anything I make, he tries because he knows Daddy knows how to cook, you know. Not to brag, I am a really good cook. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, this combination he put on his burger yesterday, onion, cheese, mayonnaise, and lettuce. And it was a double cheeseburger. I told him, I was like, okay, you should just get a daily double, but he doesn't like tomatoes or the big onions. He doesn't like big onions. He likes those fake ones. So, coffee with cold live, yeah. You know what? Next time we'll actually have me on the screen now. You know what I mean? We'll do it from my location. Or we can just pick a spot somewhere and just have coffee. I should do a cold region style thing. I should go up to a Sheets, or even when Wawa's opens, go up to Wawa's, get a cup of coffee and sit there at a table. And by the way, thank you, Ralph. I did see that just now. It just popped up. I was looking up at the thing and the number went up, and I was like, okay, where's it at? And then it just popped up now. So, but yeah, I'll sit, have some coffee, and then maybe the locals will pop in and say hello to us, you know. Put a little sign up that I'm the Coal Region Explorer there, you know. If that makes sense at all. Alright, so that's done. So new stickers have been designed, by the way, y'all. Kelly, thank you. Much love to all of you today. You guys are awesome. I highly appreciate it. I'm going to let Carson know that y'all did this for him, because honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. This is going to go to fund Carson a camera for him to start doing what he wants to do. So, you guys are awesome. You guys and ladies are awesome. Someone's out here cooking something with onions. I can smell it already. Must be that pizza shop up there on 61. William going at it again. Thank you, William. You don't have to do any more. I appreciate everything. You really don't have to. I've said this in the beginning. I appreciate the support a lot. Those super chats that you're giving me, or they mean the world to me, that you guys do something like that. But again, I don't ask for you to do it. Even if you just watch the videos and let the ads, you know, do the thing with the ads, I'm happy with that. Because I understand everybody works hard for their money, you know. Yeah, we'll get Carson that camera. We ain't got no problem with that. I just paid the bills for YouTube off the funding I just got from YouTube from last month. And there's a little bit left over, so I'm going to look into that today on Amazon and see if I can find something there. So give me 1 second, y'all. I got to mute the microphone. Someone's coming up to talk to me. All right, y'all, I'm back. Gotta let you win something big. I guess I gotta start doing more stuff like that to win, alright? But yeah, William, I'm gonna send you the new stickers I got coming, and a couple of the old ones too. And the lanyards, whenever the next shipment arrives, I'm gonna wait for that and I'll send it all to you in one shot. And Ralph will be getting a lanyard at some point too. See, what I do is I buy this merch and stuff with the YouTube funding, so that's why I don't charge nobody for it. It makes sense, you know? That's why I try to give it to all the people that support the channel. You know, I got certain ones for channel supporters, and then I got certain ones for giving out to advertise, if that makes sense. You know? Yo, remember that one Mr. Work video live, and he was at the McDonald's. He says, "I ain't stupid, but I ain't smart." Like, what? Like, what'd you just say? The guy that was laying in the drive-thru. People are funny. You can hear the hustle and bustle of the city, huh? Some vehicles shouldn't be on the road, I'll tell you. That vehicle is blocks away that I'm hearing. Oh, I just dropped the phone. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all okay? I didn't mean to drop you on your hell's head. Makes me horrible if I do something like that, right? Yeah, but next time, yeah, we're definitely going to... I like the way that it was said. Oh, who's the one that said it? Oh, Johnny's back. What's up, buddy? I think that was Adam that said that. Let me go back. 10 a.m. Saturdays at Cole's Coffee. You know what? That's not... I like the way you said that. Coffee with Cole. You know, there's a lot of other creators out there that do that too. You know, have morning coffee with you and stuff. Like Skeeter does that on Thursday mornings. You know, that's not a half bad idea. Now that Adam said it that way, I really think that I should try something like that. So, I'll have to discuss that with Carson, yeah. If he wants to go live, I'll ask him, and if we do, we got to figure out where we're going to go and how we're going to do it. If you know, you know. Cheers. Oh, man, that one's dead. Sorry, I got another one in my pocket. But yeah, I missed hitting something here. Where'd it go? Oh, no, I didn't miss it. All right, cool. I tell you what, tomorrow morning I'll do that too. Sunday morning coffee with Cole. A lot of people won't be able to watch it though, because I know there's a few folks that will go to services in the morning, you know, church services and stuff like that. So maybe I should do it Saturdays, like Adam said. I would hate to have to make a committed schedule. What if I don't wake up in time, you know? Sometimes I like to sleep in, you know? Yes, notifications do suck lately. I get notifications from my own channel days later that I have videos out. I'm like, why are they recommended for me? It's my channel. Kind of weird. It's like recommended for you, Coal Region Explorer, blah blah blah, this, that, right? Like, yeah, that was like a week ago. I already, like, I know the video. I made the video. I live premiered it, and I'm pretty sure I've watched it since then. That's crazy. See, what I think it is because I'm not giving my videos the thumbs up when I make them. I guess I should do that. Maybe it will stop giving me notifications on it. Skeeter, we were just talking about you, buddy. How you doing this morning, bro? I was just talking about, is it Thursdays that you go live for coffee in the morning? Because this is the first time I did live in the morning. Just sitting here. I'm glad you weren't here in the beginning when I was talking good about you and hyping up your channel. Glad you didn't hear that one. I was telling them that we're going to be talking and making Thursday mornings on TikTok. See, I remember hearing that yesterday. I thought it was on YouTube. Do you do YouTube morning coffee at all? 'Cause I don't want to do it the same day you are, you know. Because if I'm doing it the same time you are, I can't watch your channel. Skeeter, cheers. Y'all hear the locusts out here? I don't know if the sound is picking that up. I'm also looking for actually, hold on, I gotta fix Skeeter for a second. There we go. We finally got you in here, Skeeter, so I could do this. Skeeter, post a link to your channel, please. You should be able to now. How's your... Going to make you a little jealous. Your wife was a mod on my channel before you were. Probably won't make you jealous, though, but... There you are. But yeah, Skeeter, post a link up, will you? There's a couple in here that haven't seen your channel. Ralph was pretty interested. He showed interest earlier because about... I said a fishing channel, and he got pretty excited. Yeah, welcome to the mod world. I am a mod on Skeeter's channel as well, so... Okay, William's in. Yeah, definitely. Like I was saying, I was going to be... yeah, I am. Got Carson here all weekend. I'm going to be driving down to Delaware Monday night with him. I will probably be free. I can look at my work schedule. I go back to work Tuesday, so we can make a plan. It ain't going to be right away, unfortunately. But I do like what you were talking to me about, and I do want to do some more outdoor content, different style than what I've done. And I think it would be really cool to do that. You know, I don't know how in depth you want to get on doing everything, but I got plenty of tools. So I also have an apartment clean out project and stuff that I got to get completed by the end of the week. There's videos that are recorded already. I just haven't edited the videos yet. I'm waiting to get it all together and get it all done in one big video. Landlord of mine asked me to help out a lot. You know, he's getting older, and so is his brother that do the landlord stuff here. He asked me to go down to one of his properties in Shamokin and start doing a second lawn in Shamokin, which is no problem. I got no problem doing those. So I do 2 lawns of his in Shamokin area and the one I live at, so, and not a problem, right? He also wants me to... There's an apartment on a 3rd floor that's 2 bedrooms, possibly 3, but I wouldn't make the other one. It's a laundry room. But tenants left it in pretty bad shape. I found some issues with the actual building. That's why the roof inspection needed to be done today, Ralph. I took the drone up and took a looker at the roof because there's a heavy leak in that roof somewhere. So it's a 3-story building, and I wasn't climbing up on a ladder. I don't have one at the moment. So what else is easier? Throw Ralph up in the sky and take a look from above. So I did that, and then we have to head down about an hour or two. I'm going to be heading down to Harrisburg today. I got to get some footage done for the state hospital down there. I'm documenting the demolition going on, and when it's all said and done and they got the new facility built, I'm going to put it all together in a real quick video, like real quick fast time lapse almost. So it'll be them tearing it down one week, and then, you know, the progress. Yeah, and Ralph is the drone, yep. Yeah, I named the drone Ralph. Coffee with Cole and a stroll. More like a roll. Yeah, but Ralph has been a big supporter. He's done a lot for me, and I couldn't think of a better way of honoring him than naming my drone Ralph, because he helped fund that pretty good, actually. So basically, you get it. There's going to... Actually, I'm looking at other drones as well, but that's going to be personally bought out of my pocket. But I also will be naming them as well to honor my folks on YouTube, my supporters from the beginning here that helped me get to where I'm at. Thank you again, William. I want to definitely be able with this here, man. I could have a lot of coffee days with y'all. Be able to buy some coffees. Carson get some hot chocolates or something, you know. Like, I'm very happy with this kiddo. Yeah. He's stealth camping. You guys, if you don't know what stealth camping is, it's pretty much exactly how it said. Stealth. They're camping in areas and trying to be quiet as possible. And it's kind of sketchy situations sometimes. You know, they do it close to things. Champion yesterday, Skeeter knows who I'm talking about, camping with Champion. He did it behind a Lowe's. I watched his video yesterday. Behind a Lowe's on top of a water tower. He's done them on billboard signs. Lots of random places. You know. And Skeeter's done a lot of them too. I definitely like that creator meetup one you guys did behind the Walmart. I was thinking if I should even say where it was, but Skeeter invited, when they did that Tony 2.0 meetup there, the creators event in Knoebels, a whole bunch of these stealth campers. I mean, dude, these are some great folks. Personally, I met all of them, and they were really cool people. And so, yeah, they went stealth camping, and it's really good if you watch it from everybody's different point of view. Everybody has a different point of view on that. It was so great. Like when Todd and I forget who it was, they were out in the parking lot flying a drone looking for you guys, and then 210 calls them and says, "You know we could see you, right?" Oh, it was great. Yeah, camping with Champion. Yeah, Adam watches. Awesome. Adam, that's so cool that you watch the same things, man. See, I've done camping before, but not like how these guys do. Like I went to cabins and stuff like that. You know, that wasn't real camping like how these guys do it. So I am very unprepared. I have nothing for that. Sorry, I was trying to blow dust off the mic there. But my good brother here, Skeeter, said that I can go with him sometime. He has an extra hammock for me that would try. So, see, right there he says, I have gear you can use. See, not only do you meet cool people that make good creators on YouTube, you also meet great folk in general. Like, when I first met Skeeter, it's like I felt like I've known him forever, you know? It's like, it really does, Skeeter. It feels like I've known you forever, you know? Because, I don't know, it just clicked with you right away. It's running like it is. It's having its same issues. I'm getting a lot of, how do you say that? It's like, it feels like the motor's tightening up on it. It won't go as fast as it used to. It struggles to go. It feels like the brakes are completely locked, and they're not. It has nothing to do with the brakes. I have a quack as I'm riding down, I mean. So, it's not stealth anymore. It's loud. It has almost 300 miles on it now. And no, I don't have a mountain bike. I just have that little e-bike. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to start looking into doing more sponsors. Like, I've been turning them all down, every single one of them, without even entertaining them. But I want to look for power banks that are not too heavy, that I can ride with it, like maybe my backpack or something, with a solar panel on my back while I'm riding the bike. That will be awesome enough to recharge the e-bike. And then I also want a new e-bike that can go off-road and do things like that. Like right there, you see dual motor and stuff like that. You know, the only thing about trying to stealth camp anywhere in Shamokin, you're most likely going to run into, we're going to call them Tweety birds, for sake of argument here. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you watch Kensington content, you'll run into those type of people if you do some stealth camping anywhere around Shamokin, the Cole Township area. I'm not too sure how it's like out the other parts of the Cole region, you know. Police where? Yeah, because like I said, I want to take this and be able to, like, if I ride this thing, I want to ride this on these trails. I want to be able to ride real far, set up for a few hours, do a live stream while the bike is charging with the power bank, right? And just like a beautiful spot, like out in the middle of the woods. Like the coal region has a lot to offer for scenics. Yeah, I know my camera's off. I'm at a friend's house and they don't want me recording at their house. Crazy lady at the corner yelling. Hold on, what's going on? Fishing rod and license we saved. Oh man, they tapped him because we were alive and they were looking for him. Oh man, I saw it. Ralph, home point updated. Take off. Cheers. See, that's what I like about living up in where I do up in Springfield. I don't ever see the cops up in there. It's a nice, quiet little area. Yeah, you don't want them to see the bad garden, right? Quick, into the tunnel. Yeah, yeah, Kelly, definitely is pretty rare. You're up in my same area, actually. So, yeah, it's definitely pretty rare up here, ain't it? I mean, more down towards where you are, there's a street called Mohawk. And you know where that fire was not too long ago? That's a hectic little area back in there. Really noisy, and I always hear a domestic dispute back that way. All the time back in those areas there. But go up to the top of the hill like I did in the other live stream where that beautiful house is with the landscape and then the cemetery behind it. Fantastic, right? It's kind of like suburban compared to the city life, but at the same time, it is a city vibe because of how close everything is. There is a comment that was made in a video that I did on Shamokin here. It was the reality of a dying city. I know most of you seen that one. Someone made a comment yesterday along the lines of Shamokin was once the richest city in Pennsylvania, believe it or not, during the coal boom, right? So we paved the way for a lot of things and built a lot of things in Pennsylvania with the funding that came from this coal region. And no help has come since coal has left. Coal's no longer king. It's like the whole city's forgotten about. And it's very sad to see. And I didn't look at it that way before, and that comment was fantastic. So I forget who commented that, but I just wanted to say that there's some fantastic comments coming from videos that are even older still, that when they do come up, I check it daily in the mornings to see what's new. So I try to keep up with all the comments. Some comments I just don't need to react to, though. And I won't remove comments unless they're, like, in threatening of getting me in trouble on my monetization. But I'll let, like in that fire video up there in Cole Township, the most recent one I did, I let them argue and talk back and forth and debate as long as they're respectful to each other and they don't, you know what I mean? 5150. What kind of meds, and do you know what they're diagnosed with? Ralph, you are fantastic on doing that. On right here, you don't have to. We're live, You know what the rules are. You're my mod. You take care of things, right? Schizo, okay. I know those ones all too well. I have, geez, let me think of the number. It's in the low 20s, but there's a ward of them that I deal with. The numbers in the low 20s. It varies day to day depending on how restricted housing they are. So let me explain it to you. It's run like almost like a prison, right? So you live on a ward, you behave, you get a lot of different freedoms and accesses and stuff like that, but yet you're contained to that floor. And there's everything you can imagine in that area. All right, it's self-sustaining. There's even a little store you could buy things at, right? You can live a pretty decent life for being inside of an institution. You're actually, it's not like the movies make them out to be. It's really luxurious, actually. Very nice. But behavioral issues where you need correction and more therapy, we can remove you to an immediate emergency unit, we call it, right, for your behavioral treatment. So if you have a bad episode and the medication's not working, or you're just having a bad day and you're suicidal, can't say that word, I'm sorry, and you get those thoughts, we remove you and put you into an immediate action unit, if that makes sense. And then within 24 to 48 hours, you're back out like nothing happened. So it's like, so picture it like being in prison. You're in your regular block, right? You act up and you get in a fight, right? This is the scenario I use to make it simple. You go to a restricted housing unit for whatever amount of time they make you do, and you come back out, right? That's sort of like what we do, but we do it better. We're not putting you into a cell. We have padded rooms, don't get me wrong, but you're immediately getting attention, getting a therapist, and they're working with you. Kelly, yes. And Ralph, yes. I also work with a lot of autism. That's interesting there alone. There's so many different ones of those. You name it, we have it. We also have a building full of people that are just, I'm just going to be honest about my opinion on it, and it's not necessarily the state or the hospital's opinion, okay? This is my personal opinion, not theirs. It does not reflect anything to do with the facility or the operations or anyone else there but me. My personal opinion. We have a building there of people that will always be forgotten about until they pass away. It is very sad. It's a building full of criminal insane. They are so far out there that they cannot be treated and they cannot be housed in the Department of Corrections. Not just in Pennsylvania, but other Department of Corrections send them to us as well. Right? So this is a secure lockdown building. 23-1. Monday, Wednesday, Friday showers. And most of them, if not all of them, have no contact with the outside world. No one comes to see them. They get therapy and talks and sessions like that, but the bare minimum. They're not rehabilitatable, I guess is the term I could use. Damn, Kelly, I didn't know that. Yeah, with HIPAA, I can't explain some things, but I can explain what wards are and stuff like that, and explain kind of how things operate a little bit, but I can't go into detail about people or patients or procedures like that. My job title is an interesting job title there. All right, bipolar, yes, very simple. Bipolar is not that hard to deal with. You have the right idea already, Ralph, on how to take care of that. 100% recommended by most therapists, actually. And the thing is, these things sound like they're scary. They're really not. The more you're educated on things like this and how things operate and what they really are, they're really not that scary. Like you said, schizo, right? Schizophrenic. Okay, that doesn't bother me. I know how to take care of that, but I also know what to look for warning signs, right? All right. I'm gonna step inside to see if the kiddos. All right. No, I just have bad allergies today too. Here, you can have it, Ralph. Take the whole thing. Yeah, but I have a license for it, though. That's why I can keep my state job. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta blow my nose. Hold on a second, y'all. I apologize. I meant to hit the mute button before I blew the bigger part of that out of there. I apologize. That was nasty. I guess we should turn the coffee pot off. I'm not lost, I'm exploring. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today, bud? I'm actually going to get out with him and do some videos soon. Yeah, about that one with the skeeter the other day. Oh, that was last weekend. That was kind of like a spur of the moment. Like, we started messaging each other, and within a half hour, we were out there doing that. That kind of just popped up out of nowhere. I expected it to rain all day, so... Yeah, I mean... And so did he, so that's why we didn't get up to go do anything. And then it stopped raining, and it looked kind of clear, and I said, well... He said he knows his spot. Even if it does rain, it would be okay. I said, all right, well, let's go do this. You know? So Skeeter and I went out and made the best of the day. At least got some content made, right? And here, I got to do this to you yet. Oh, no. All right, there it is. All right. There we go. I don't know what I did before that. I must have hit something wrong. Oh, no, he doesn't. He definitely doesn't have it. It's a container. And actually, with Carson around, I don't have that here, actually. I know I was playing along with y'all with that, but I have a vape pen, and I've been keeping that. That's why I'm hacking so much. I can't stand those things. But I don't have that around when Carson's around. If that makes sense, y'all understand why. Kid ain't stupid. He knows what that kind of stuff is. But like I said, even though I'm allowed to, I still have to show some common respect, you know. It's not like it's a bad thing. I know he's going to come across it in his life, but until he does, I'm not going to be the one to do that. Yeah, I hate these things. Like, they are the worst. And yeah, especially if you're a cigarette smoker like I am, unfortunately. So yeah, looking out here, skies are getting a little bit grayer again. Yeah, they took her away. That's good. She's going to get her help that she needs. At least to get evaluated. Yeah, so, you know, personally, I grew up, like I said, down in the Harrisburg area, so that's why Harrisburg State Hospital has a lot of significance to me. I did a lot of my life growing up with that right next to me in the backyard, pretty much, right? So we'd actually walk around the trails in the back. There's a greenbelt trail. Before it was a greenbelt trail, actually. We'd go back there in the woods. It was actually called Asylum Run. There's a nice little creek that comes through there and all that. It's a beautiful area back through there. So we'd go back there, hang out, you know, smoking, doing our stuff, you know, as kids, you know, with the Special Brews and the St. Ides and the camos, and you know how teenagers can be, right? You know, we had our little campsite set up, but they weren't, you know, nothing but a bunch of logs to sit on and a little fire pit and trash everywhere. We were very ignorant about leaving our trash there, I'm not gonna lie, but now that I'm older, I do regret doing that, and I don't do that no more. But I ended up being a troubled teenager. I got in a lot of trouble with the law multiple times for very bad things, actually. and I ended up getting kicked out of school because a couple of them happened in school. So I got expelled from school like 2 or 3 years in a row. So I ended up in an Abraxas program. It was a Abraxas day treatment, they called it. So our term was 8 to 8. They rented a building in Harrisburg State Hospital, the Hillcrest building on the far backside on the 3rd floor. I did a video about that. And it used to be a woman's violent woman's unit, right? And yeah, we learn from our mistakes. That's right. So it was run like a military style. You come here in the morning, you go to school, you had to keep your shirt tucked in, certain shoes tied a certain way, and they gave you a uniform you had to wear to go in after a while. But I came there from an Abraxas LDP, Leadership Development Program. It's a boot camp for 3 months. I went up there. It's only a 2-month program, but I got recycled twice, so I ended up being there for 2 to 3 months. Yeah, 3 months I think it was. And so I come into this program. I'm only supposed to be there from 3 to 6 months, and then I go back to public school, right? I ended up being there 18 months before I ended up punching a probation officer so I could go see a judge because I couldn't stand it no more. It was like the worst experience in my life. The way the staff treated you, the power they had over you as a kid, and they could restrain you on the floor, and they hurt you when they did it. They purposely make you stand there, yell at you, spit at you in your face, and as soon as you blink your eye or move, boom, they slam you on the floor and call it a restraint. I had my, what was it? My jaw was cracked, hairline crack or something like that, and my eye socket was broken while I was there, and they said I fell down the steps trying to escape. Well, I tried to escape. They grabbed me, threw me, and beat me to a living pulp in the stairwell, and then took me up to the probation officer, and they still wouldn't take me back. And I wanted to go back to the detention center because I wanted out of the program. I wanted to see the judge. Anything was better than being there. So that was my little story in a nutshell. And then once I did get out of there, I did get to see the judge. He let me out. He let me go back to a public school. I did, 3 months on probation. I did community service, paid all my fines off because I got a job working at McDonald's. Back then, that was a good job for a kid. So I paid all my fines off and restitution that I owed. And my probation officer says, you're giving me no problems. Have a good one. Signed me away, and I've been free ever since. And I never looked back to ever live that kind of lifestyle ever again. That's why I left that area. Once I was old enough to leave that area, I was gone. I'm never coming back to that. Nah, that's not what we did there. No straitjacket and rubber room. But my first job then ended up in the mental health field was I took a bunch of classes at Harrisburg Area Community College, which is right across, actually, pretty much from down the street a little bit, but across, the same area. It's in Harrisburg, though. So I ended up taking classes there, and I got into the field I'm in now. And by all means, I'm no therapist or like that, but I have the clearance and stuff to work in these facilities to do what I do. I can't tell you exactly what I do and stuff like that, but I made something of myself. I became something other than a statistic on the street, basically. Unlike some of my family members, they, family, well, not necessarily blood family, but you get the point. Some of them are here today, some of them aren't here, some of them are doing well, some of them are locked up for the rest of their lives. And these are all people I called my family growing up, like a tight-knit group of people. Yeah, so got a little more in depth this morning when having our coffee about the background of me, so you can understand why I try to be so humble at this age in my life, at this point in my life, Yeah, I remember you saying that you built that up there. That's really cool, though. Real nice and solid. Can't wait to see the ideas for the next one. Yes, exactly. Family can be friends. Some friends are better family than actual family, if you actually think about it. Yeah, exactly. Empathy, yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted to help people so they wouldn't be in the situation that I was, going through the things that I did to get me to the situation I was in and how I felt, and then having no one there to support you while you're going through something like that. So I wanted to be there for that. I wanted to show people that, hey, somebody does care. I might not act like I care about many people in this world, but I have a compassion for people that can't, that have these issues, that need help getting through life. Life ain't easy for nobody, not even me. Don't get me wrong. Life ain't easy. But it doesn't have to be harder than it already is when there's someone like us that can help someone else out in a time. All right, so let's get off of that kind of stuff and move forward. Anybody have any big plans for today? I know Kelly said there's some music in the park later. I forget what time you said that started. Six p.m. Okay. Hopefully it's not raining. Maybe I'll get Carson to come and take a look at that. We'll see. We'll see. Although if they're playing cover songs and stuff like that, I can't go live or even post any of it actually. Oh, nice kayaking. You're volunteering, okay. Yeah, a little bit. It's got a little bit of wind right now where I'm at. A little breeze here and there. Sky's just coal region gray like always. So we're pretty much what? From you, Rob, I'm pretty much an hour away. Coltmont to you is like what, an hour or two away? No, definitely not 2 hours away. It's an hour to Harrisburg from here, so you can't be too far, much farther, by an hour, right? Alright. 45 minutes to an hour, yeah. About the same distance, yeah. Alright, Ralph, behave, man. That way you can be back in later with us, alright? But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this up now anyways. So, Ralph, you're leaving at a good time, so. Yeah. But, alright, y'all, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me this morning while I house sit for a little bit. But I'm gonna go in here and get the kiddo ready, and we're gonna get moving. We gotta get down to the Harrisburg area. It's about that time, so I hope y'all have a great day. Remember, rise above, crack on. Until next time, y'all. Peace.